arrays in Java. Now we have seen array in C, C++, but here the syntax of arrays in Java is quite different. Before we start with the arrays, we are going to see the different data types in Java. So first data type in Java is long. So for a single variable of long, it requires 64 bits. For integer, it requires 32 bits, means 4 bytes. For short, it requires 16 bits, means 2 bytes. And for byte data type, it requires 8 bits, that is 1 byte. For double, it requires 64 bits. For float, it requires 32 bits. And for character, it requires 8 bits. Now, what is array? Array is a collection of variables of same type. We can store multiple values of same data type in the array, and we can access these multiple values from only single name. So that is what is the use of array. Now basically arrays are of two types in Java: one dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Now for declaration of the array, the syntax is you need to write down the data type, then array variable name, then you need to draw a square bracket. So if it is a one dimensional array, then data type, variable name, and only one square bracket. Then afterwards equals to new keyword, again data type and the size of that array. But if you are going to declare or define multi-dimensional arrays, then you need to increase that many number of square brackets. See here, you can see that for here I have declared two-dimensional array. So data type, name of the array variable, two square brackets equals to new integer and the size of the two-dimensional array. Now in this example, here we can see that we have written public static void main. So what is this public? Public static void main. So in Java program, we need to write down the main method. Main method is the entry point of every Java program. Now why this main method is declared public? Because everybody should able to access that main method. So because of that main method, we have declared it as a public. Here one more keyword that is used, that is static. So here without creating the object of that particular class, we are accessing, or we should able to access the main method. So because of that, we need to declare that method as a static. So without, if you declare a method as a static, so you can access that method without creating the object of the class in which that method has been declared. One more keyword is there, that is void. So this void keyword is written because we are not going to return anything, or main method does not return anything right now. That's why we have written void. Here we are giving one argument or parameter to this main method. That parameter is of type string. So this parameter will be used for the command line arguments. Now here you can see that I have declared variables I, j of type integer, k and m of type integer, and I have initialized them to 0. Now here I have declared an array of two-dimensional array. Here you can see that name of the array, type of the array is integer, 2d, two square bracket I have created, new integer, and the size of the two-dimensional array is 2 rows and 2 columns. For one-dimensional array I have created data type is integer, name of the variable is 1d, square bracket, new int, and the size of the array is 4. Now see here in Java also the index of array starts from 0. So for this 1D array, the index will vary from 0 to 3 because the size of this array is 4. And for this 2D, the index will vary from 0 to 3 for rows and 0 to 3 for the columns. Now here you can see that I have created a for loop. Here I am putting the values in one-dimensional array. That value is k. So for first location at the index 0, the value of k will be 0. For index 1, the value of k I am increasing here, so it becomes 1, 2, 3. So at respective index, the value of that respective index is I am going to store in the one-dimensional array. As along with that, here with the help of the system out.print statement, I am printing the value of that particular array. So, and in the next for loop, you can see that I have created two for loops. With the help of these two for loops, I can assign the values to two-dimensional array. Because this array is two-dimensional, so I require two for loops. So here 2d ij, that is if the value of I is 0 and j is 0, that is 0th row, 0th column, the value will be assigned to m is 1. 0th row, first column, the value will be 1, and so on. Here I am increasing the value of m. Now here you can see that I have printed the value of two-dimensional array inside the second for loop system of dot print two-dimensional value, and after completion of the first for loop I have written statement that is system of dot print ln. So there is a difference between system of dot print and println statement, that in print statement it will never prints a new line character after printing the character, but in system of dot println it prints the new line character after printing whatever content in the system of dot println statement. Thank you.